feel like months. We gone for a year, only know like once.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Mommies and Me. Well, Mommies and PJs. We're not wearing any PJs today because we're at Tavia's baby shower. Well, it just done.
Well,
Just done. So today we have Tavia Sutherland, right? She's pregnant, as you can see. And not only that she's pregnant, she's very smart. She holds a bachelor's in geology and currently pursuing her master's in renewable energy. So you know, so you're not gonna reach. So, all right, Tavia, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. So since we're at your baby shower, well, the end, how was it?
It was really good. Really appreciate all the persons that came out. You know, some people shared their advice. I don't know, well wishes, all of that. I will get one of things, because you know, so that would do the combo of things. So, yeah.
But
me,
here I
I was.
all this time.
I love the fact everybody came. Really appreciate the people.
You also mentioned that you received advice, right? In general, not just tonight, what's the best piece of advice that you've gotten?
Well, a couple I would say are
Which
stood
stood
out
out,
the most.
yeah.
People said, a lot of people said to ensure that you pray through everything, which I think is really important, and it has helped me so far. Another one was not to forget myself in the process, and another one was to remember that, you know, it's a learning process for myself and for the baby, which is really good because for me personally think I'm supposed to know everything. So the moment I feel like I don't know what I go on, I start getting frustrated. So that's it. You understand?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, I have to wrap everything up because I have to research two times I ask two people because I need to know what I do. You understand? So yeah, really appreciated that.
So how has the journey been?
Long. I would really love for this child to come be an experience. Some things that my body has gone through is kind of weird.
Such as?
Like I got like around my nipples got really dark. At that point when they think I drop my nipple, I drop off, come here and say, why it look like that? And then we realize, say, like the hyperpigmentation and my neck black. It's a brown girl. It's a brown girl. Brown and my eye black. Something.
The nose?
Yeah, my nose gone, spread.
I remember when that happened. Like she made such a big deal out of it.
No, for true, because
So at least you still have your shoe size.
yeah, we have to be grateful for that. You know, small mercies, but have to be grateful because I'm not going to get them sore foot something there, but
You see, if she ever had it close to pregnancy, we're gonna come back to this video.
no, we're not gonna have it. We're not gonna have it, you understand? It just not gonna happen. And we're declaring that we're putting that out into the atmosphere.
What size they wear now?
6, and it's gonna stay at 6. 6.5 at most. You
Okay.
understand? Cool, great. What else?
Your memory.
Yeah, people.
See, she not even remember. See her memory.
I'm not gonna tell you, like, at first I thought people that said, oh, pregnancy brain, whatever. I said, yeah, okay, pregnancy brain. I never understand the extent of the pregnancy brain until I got to this stage of pregnancy. Like, you and I will have a conversation right now, and you say, remember to tell XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And by the time I go down the road and come back, I don't remember to tell XYZ, whatever.
I don't remember the conversation.
Yeah, and then like you ask me, you did tell XYZ, and I say, what you are talking about? Like I don't even know what you're talking about. And because I'm currently going to school, I mean the first part of the pregnancy was last semester, and it wasn't as bad last semester. I'm not gonna lie. Last semester was a blessing for me. It's not. It doesn't. It may not be the same for everybody. I got straight A's last semester, and I think too because I knew that I was pregnant. I had to work a little harder than I would have worked before. So if it is that you are pregnant and you're in school and whatever, I don't mean school. I mean like college.
College. Tell us about your cravings.
I don't have any cravings. No,
You never have a craving for the vegetable salad?
Listen, sometimes I feel for something nice. That's not a craving.
She still wants Chinese cake,
Any over
ice cream.
I don't have any
Her
over. I don't have
craving
any
changes
weird.
per day.
I don't have any weird cravings.
No.
So the craving they might change.
Yeah.
Them change.
The point is that her cravings usually go on the fast food side of life or the sweet side of life. So what was it like when you found out that you were pregnant?
I found out I was pregnant probably like 2 months into pregnancy.
After you think it was gas, I'm tell
Yeah,
you to go
so
doctor.
I thought it was gas. I thought it was just bloated. I started drinking merengue, detox
Right.
pills. Got a whole program written from a trainer because I was like, okay, I need to go to the gym. I did everything except go to the doctor. When I went to the doctor said,
Fully pregnant.
the doctor said, have you taken a pregnancy test? I said, why would I? No, I haven't. You know, my period is late, but I mean,
It's the delusion for me.
it's late, but it took up. You understand? And the man said, well, we're gonna take a pregnancy test today. Doctor's like, well, your breasts are engorged. I'm like, I'm gonna look it up. Come and say, it can't mean what we're thinking. You understand? And he came back and he said, well, pregnancy test is positive. At first in my mind, I'm like, positive is a good thing. So, you know, that means, and then he said, positive. And he looked at me and my partner and he's like, positive. And the partner said, oh, and I said, oh, as in positive. Crazy because I was drinking all of July, all of August, having a good time. So at the end of August, going into September, when I went to the doctor, I was like, yeah, you know, positive. So since then, I had to make a lot of changes. I'm a remedy by heart. Can't drink no rum. I eat a lot of food. Since I got pregnant, my appetite was like cut in half. Probably not even half, like quarter. So, I don't eat that much. So when we get small portions. Son's father.
Right. So how did he react to, you know, this is his first child.
Yes.
So how was it for him and his reaction to the news, to the positive?
Yeah. So he was pretty excited. Like when he realized, he was very excited, smiling from ear to ear, having a good time. I was not as excited. Not that I wasn't happy, but I was more shocked. He
just went straight to joy.
Yeah, he skipped over that shocked phase and he said, yeah man.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah, he was very excited. He's been very supportive.
And overprotective?
Overprotective.
Give me one example.
Like
The skirt.
in the first part of the pregnancy where he said he doesn't want me to wear a certain skirt anymore because the skirt looked tight around the
Tell
belly
the
part.
story good. You called me on the phone.
Oh yeah. Him asked me for ask she if the skirt can't squeeze out the baby. I'ma just sit have to stop and ask myself why me even met the cat because me should have known better than that. You understand? Yeah, me should have known better for true.
what would you want your child to be? And I'm not talking about profession, like in terms of morals and values. What do you hope to instill in your child?
Well, definitely, my child has to be um, God fearing. I'm gonna just mean God fearing, like, you know, oh yeah, man, God is real, blah blah blah. But me, I'm not saying that I'm going to push him into the whole church thing, but his middle name literally means devotion to God. So that's what I want him to embody. That devotion to God, that type of energy where God is the center of everything that he does. I need him for bright. I know he's gonna be athletic or something, because the boy that stop kick me right through, straight kicking, yeah, straight kicking, turning, back flipping,
Multi-talented,
yeah man, he might
out
do
here.
one heap or something. So more than likely he's gonna be an athlete, but I want him especially to be a leader, because in this day and age, in this generation, if your child is not that type of kind of outgoing, type of kind of have them head screwed on them body, they picking them and gonna lead them astray.
This question is, all right, going back to the baby show, a lot of persons made mention of your support. Like, do you agree that you have a good support system moving forward?
Yeah, I do. I do, and I think days like today kind of show that. I do. I have my mom. My parents are very supportive. Some family members are supportive. So, you know, them say take a village.
It does.
Yes, and I think we have that. Thank God, because I know that in itself is a blessing that everybody has that. So yeah, I have to be grateful for that, and I really really appreciate anybody who's seen this video. I know say I'm a friend, I'm a family, or one of them people there. Big up yourself.
Oh,
Big up on yourself. You understand? Big up on yourself. Really appreciate it. Cause this journey gets lonely. As much as there are a lot of people around you, it gets lonely, especially when you're locked up with your own thoughts and you start wonder, oh, you're gonna do this, if you're gonna be a good mother, this, blah, 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 blah. You start wondering about things. So it's good when you have people to kind of pour into you and remind you that, you know, you're not doing this thing alone, and it's gonna be okay, it's gonna work out. That no means say you're probably not gonna get sad, you know, and you're probably not gonna feel like, you know, but good is when you have people to at least kind of reinforce something sometimes. Yeah.
earlier you mentioned about, you know, again, the lonely times. What was your lowest point since being pregnant?
I've had a couple. I think the lowest one would have been when I had a full blown crash out one night. I was just thinking about everything that I wanted to do. Before, so in my mind I had a plan.
Oh, okay.
I'm that type of person, like to kind of plan my life. So anytime when I plan things and I don't necessarily go the way that I want it to, I have a minor crash out. Just minor, nothing too serious. But the night then did full blown crash out, you understand? And yeah, someone started fretting on me. I said, boy, I'm not drive. But even have the license, people, and masters are finished. I'm not married, you know, a couple of things that I was saying didn't
Go as planned.
So a couple of things that I wanted to happen before I had my first child, And one day I sat down and I thought about it and I'm like, I'm not there yet. So I was full blown crashing out and then I said, well, if I don't have all of these things, is it gonna be that, am I gonna be a good mother? So apart from not having the stuff, in the same breath, I was wondering, am I gonna be a good mother? Am I gonna be too strict? Am I gonna be too soft? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I think all of the doubts and the negative thoughts came together as one thing that night. My partner was sleeping. And he knows that my mind can race sometimes. So
He's supportive.
his attitude towards emotions are a little bit different from mine. So he is supportive. So it takes us a while to get on the same page, but we eventually do. And he kind of calms me down in a sense to kind of bring me back to reason. I say, okay, it could be worse. From the jump, when they tell me, I say, okay, if I got pregnant, I don't want to be taking the bus, I don't want to have to go to any clinic, I want to have my child at a certain hospital. So, and he's like, you've done all of that, all of those things have happened. So you don't need to be crashing out, really. That was my lowest point.
So what was your highest, like your best moment where you found yourself just happy and a rubber tummy and be like a 1-2 step dance?
I have a lot of happy days.
Which you're grateful for.
I have to be grateful for that. I have a lot of happy days. I think one of the happiest days, and it wasn't even anything big. I think we were just at the house and baby was moving and we were, we just did a talk and a laugh and a talk about what the family was gonna be like and all of that. So yeah.
Have you heard any scary stories that kind of freak you out since you've been pregnant? You're like, keep that away from me.
Wally.
Wally.
Some people tell me I have to take out my braids. Some people tell me I'm going to ball. Some people. It's been a lot of people.
So you just sieve through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, would you like to share anything else?
If I can't manage to don't breathe, if I don't know much money for a baby, you will.
Tell them.
Or should I talk about and that's a loss. Initial deposit. If anything go wrong, you have to pay more money than that. If you have C-section, it can go up to 200,000. If the baby have in a NICU,
more money.
It's the next money that you have to pay.
Money,
if you ever admit before
more money.
you have the baby, that is the next money.
More money.
So it takes money
to encourage to use family planning.
Yes. So if you know,
you're not ready.
and I know things happen, but if you can avoid it, if you genuinely know that you're not
Or delay it.
or if you can delay it, I would genuinely suggest that. Only for something you have to go through, especially if you have to go through it by yourself. Understand?
Facts.
Especially if you're going through it by yourself, it's a lot.
Well, Tavia, I want to thank you for joining me today, Mommies and PJs, which we not have on, but we give thanks. Because this is round 2, a long time actually.
It's a long time actually.
But I just want to say again, publicly, congratulations on our superstar, our baller.
I'm so happy that you all got the pleasure to meet me. We want to sell.
That is
And
it.
start
Like,
like, comment,
share everything.
subscribe, everything.
Everything.